There used to be a power-up in the history of Call of Duty Zombies that has reigned king for more than a decade, but in the short span of a few years we have seen this power-up be dethroned and even worse stripped of its purpose, rendering it completely useless. And we're going to take a quick look at how this was even possible, so join me as we take a look at the downfall of the max ammo. Before we get into why the max ammo has lost its place as the best power-up in COD Zombies history, we first need to take a look at the other power-ups and how they work, mainly on what the community has termed the drop cycle, which is crucial for understanding the power-ups. Power-ups, and by proxy, the drop cycle has been a thing since the inception of the game mode back in World at War, where we got the first look at some of the many power-ups that have lasted till present day. Those are the insta-kill. This power-up gives the player the power to one-shot zombies at any round. The nuke. This power-up will kill every single zombie that is currently spawned in on the map. Double points. This power-up doubles up any points you receive from the game, like killing zombies, rebuilding barriers, and much more. Max ammo. This power refills the ammo in your stock. And finally, Carpenter. This power was released late alongside the map Deriz, and this power works by rebuilding all the barricades on the map. And now with the power-ups, we can get into how these power-ups work using the drop cycle. The drop cycle is the game mechanic that determines when these power-ups can be spawned in. And the first thing to understand about the drop cycle is that in a given round, there can only be a max of 4 power-ups spawned in. So while we can never get 5 or 7 power-ups in a round, we can get fewer, like 3 or even none. Now, I like to think of the drop cycle like a queue, where every power-up that's available on the map gets in this queue randomly, and until the queue is completely empty, it won't reset with more power-ups, meaning you can know to a certain extent what drops are left in the cycle and what the next drops could be. Now, the way the game checks to see whether it will spawn a power-up or not is using 2 specific methods. The first method, being the most commonly known method, is the random chance method. The game has a flat 2% rate for any zombie to spawn a power-up. And finally, we have the second method, which is the less known about method as it's not as clear, and this method uses a score check to guarantee a power-up will spawn, removing some of the randomness from the drop cycle. So basically, the game has a certain score that you must reach before spawning in a power-up, and every time you reach this score, it will be incremented by 1.14 times. Yes, they missed out a massive opportunity to make it 1.15, but anyway. So this was the point in the video where I was going to continue explaining the drop cycle and said this. This second method is also stackable, not only with itself, meaning if we constantly hit the score needed without killing a zombie, we can guarantee the next couple of zombies we do kill will 100% give us a power-up based on how many power-ups we have stacked. And it also stacks with the previous method, which means there's a very extreme and low probability of some zombies being able to spawn in 2 power-ups at once when they die. But man, was I wrong. Yeah, so one of the reasons I thought the drop stack and you can guarantee multiple drops was because when I was setting the score method, I was getting really lucky in getting drops. And the other reason, which was the main reason for believing, was the mysterious double power-up drop you can get on the map Mob of the Dead and Drak, where there is a super low chance for zombies to drop 2 power-ups. So when I found out it was impossible, let me repeat, impossible, for a zombie kill to drop more than 1 power-up, that's when I went down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out a little bit more about the double power-up you can get. And after investigating a lot of BO2's code and overriding a lot of the game functionality, I finally got the answers I was looking for. So, if it's impossible to get double power-ups, how is it that the dogs and dragons when killing zombies can give you 2 drops? And honestly, it's quite simple. They just kill the zombies twice. Yeah, to be a bit more specific, the soul catcher, as they are known in game, overrides the zombie's death function. And in the override function, there are 2 functions that kill the zombie, and when killing the zombie, it checks to see if the zombie killed can give you a power-up drop, and because it was killed twice, it gives you 2 drops. This is still super rare, as it is not a guaranteed double drop. The only way this works is if you either get super lucky, where the zombie killed hits the random power-up drop cycle twice. That means a back-to-back 2% chance. Or you can get 1 random power-up chance, which is the 2%, and it just so happens that when you're killing that specific zombie, it was also going to be a score power-up drop, getting the score power drop and a 2% drop, hence the double drop. And now with the mystery of the double power-up explained, and knowing that you can't stack power-ups, we can now move on to the last thing we need to know about the drop cycle. And the last thing we need to know about the drop cycle is what the community terms the perfect cycle. This is where the player tries to get as little non-essential or bad in quotation marks power-ups in the cycle as depending on the map you could have more or less based on certain factors. An example of this is fire sales, where unless you move the box, they won't spawn in, and if they can't spawn in, they can't take up a slot in the queue, making the queue reset faster and making the average of all the other drops higher per round. So, with the drop cycle explained, we can move on to talking about the max ammo power-up and the reason to its downfall as the best power-up in zombies. So from the introduction of the max ammo in Call of Duty World at War, it has stayed relatively the same, where it will refill all your ammo in your stock. That was until Black Ops 4, where they changed it finally to also refill ammo in your mag, removing the nostalgic, reload, I got a max ammo. And for Black Ops 4 specifically, it would also refill your tacticals and lethal grenades. This power by design is a simple one, but has huge benefits that help not only the casual players, but also the more competitive players. As for the casuals, it benefits them by not making them need to swap out their favourite weapon. And as for the hardcore player, it benefits them not needing to hit the box as much, which helps preventing box errors or helping with speed in general, as swapping out a wonder weapon and trying to get it back again is a waste of time. So no matter how you look at it, the max ammos have always been a crucial part of the zombies experience, but that was all about to change when the time came for the release of Call of Duty Cold War. So how did this amazing power-up go from being loved by all to now being more of an afterthought rather than being essential to a zombies game? Well, that's because with the release of Cold War, Activision introduced a new gameplay feature that broke the ammo situation in zombies forever. This feature is known as the ammo cache. Introduced in Cold War for the first time and has been in every Call of Duty Zombies since, the ammo cache removes the necessity of max ammos by giving the player to buy ammo from it instead. Working with every type of gun, including wonder weapons, although a slight increase in cost for the different pack-a-punch tiers and a specific cost for wonder weapons, where the cost for buying ammo from the ammo cache is the following for each weapon. A non-pack-a-punch weapon is 250 points, for tier 1 it is 1000 points, tier 2 it being 2500 points, tier 3 5000 points, and finally for any wonder weapon, pack-a-punch or not, being 10,000 points. So now, excluding consumables like gubblegums, elixirs, or fate and fortune cards that break the game in their own way, which will be a topic that I'll make a video on in the future, and augments from perks, the only way you used to be able to gain ammo was with max ammos, or if the gun was a war weapon, buying it from the war buy location for half of its points, or 4,500 points if pack-a-punched. But now with the introduction of the ammo cache, running out of ammo and needing to conserve ammo or trying to actually pay attention to your weapons ammo and put thought in how you're going to play the next round, hoping to get a special round for that guaranteed max ammo is no longer. Now you're incentivized not to play strategically and use up all of your ammo, as you can always just buy ammo for cheap. Now, something I've seen some people say in regards about the ammo cache not being game breaking and overpowered is when it comes to the price of it. Argument being that it's never worth buying, in which I'm going to be completely honest and just say I have no clue what they're on about. Look, while I agree that the point system is different from the old games and it's harder to farm points, there hasn't ever been a time where I've complained about not having enough points to buy ammo. As like I said previously, if you are starting out and haven't pack-a-punched your weapon, the ammo cache is 250 points, which is only around 3 zombie kills, and I'm 100% sure that you aren't wasting all of your ammo and not killing at least 3 zombies to be able to buy ammo. Add on top the points you get from elite kills or double points, not being able to buy ammo is never an issue, even with wonder weapons costing 10,000 points. Even on rounds past 55, which is the health cap for zombies, you'll always be able to get enough points to buy ammo, as your weapons will always be able to kill even on health cap, meaning you are always getting points. So with the ammo cache being such a great alternative for max ammos, being able to buy it on any round for any weapon, it was inevitable that the max ammo wasn't going to stay as the number 1 spot forever. Now having other power-ups like insta-kills, full power, full armor, and dare I say it, double points to be more useful than the max ammo, as at least with double points it will help in reducing the zombies needed to buy ammo back. So while max ammos are still nice to grab and serve as a nice quality of life power-up when playing, they are no longer needed. But if the ammo caches are the reason for the downfall of the max ammo, how do we go about fixing it? Well, I personally don't think Activision will ever fix this issue, and we'll just slowly see the max ammo being less and less useful with time, But one of the things I think could give more utility than max ammos is make it so that ammo cache costs more, so the points are more of a problem to buy ammo, or even better suggestion is to make it so that you can't buy wonder weapon ammo, making it so that you either trade it out in the box and waste even more points or time trying to get it back, or you play till you get a max ammo, increasing the value of it. So in conclusion, while max ammos are still nice to get, they are no longer the clutch power-up that they used to be. And until Activision nerfs their ammo cache or decides to stop adding them in the next zombies games, I wouldn't be surprised to see if we get another power removal like what they did with my beloved Carpenter. I miss you so much, my beloved Carpenter. And that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and smash that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments what your favourite power-up is, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!